celebrate the fall of Babylon. Burn, Babylon, burn.
You are now flying.
Southwest. Just like that. Oh, no, don't sit down. Yeah, you. Hey, you. Get on up. When the day's too hot and the night's too cold and everything seems like the mood's too low and we got hope and we got soul. Put your hands in the air, we don't drop. Just leave that on there, we gon' play with it. Sons of Jacob, time to wake up. Who the hell said they kings don't dance? David raved when his life was spared like yours, so here's your chance. Let the cares of the world go. You the heirs of the world. It's a party over here, so get your back up off the wall. All of y'all till Babylon falls. So burn, Babylon, burn, raise it. They got down, but we got next. All hands on deck, keep your hands on their necks.
Philosophies and fantasies, but I think it's high time that we wake out of sleep. Stop sitting there, stop sitting there. Hey, America, you had me. Caught up in philosophies and fantasies, but I think it's high time that we wake out of sleep. Stop sitting there, stop sitting there. Hey, Black Messiah coming for a sheep, and he gon' burn this thing down with that fervent heat. Fight temptations and trials and tribulation, and it's begging on my patience, but yet it lifts me up so I can give you salvation. In this dirty, dirty word, my brother, stop sinning in your presence be heard. Trying to see that 1/3, had to put down them birds, down them scriptures I'ma serve. And we cry loud for the ones that ain't heard. America, you had me. Caught up in philosophies and fantasies, but I think it's high time that we wake out of sleep. Stop sitting there, stop sitting there. Hey, America, you had me. Caught up in philosophies and fantasies, but I think it's high time that we wake out of sleep. Stop sitting there, stop sitting there. Hey,
the prophets back to set it straight. Repent before it be too late. Good morning, America. Goodbye up in the same day. Deuteronomy 28. Curses set up in our face. Keep commandments, keep the faith. Scoffers always got something to say. Come with another doctrine that's heresy. Get up out my face. The last time I checked, Christ the King and you featherweight. These laws is how I navigate. These scriptures they gon' penetrate. In the words of Deacon, if you saw them, better fix your face. Had to take time to make time. Ain't no playing games. Acting like you able, but you really like your brother Cain. Repent or die in your sins. Jeremiah 1:10. The prophet born to get it in. Apply the law, that's how we win. We hold the line, we hold the line, we hold it down. Yeah. And you should know we hold it down. Yeah.
America, you had me. Caught up in philosophies and fantasies, but I think it's high time that we wake out of sleep. Stop sitting there, stop sitting there. Hey, America, you had me. Caught up in philosophies and fantasies, but I think it's high time that we wake out of sleep. Stop sitting there, stop sitting there. Hey, yeah.
You called me a nigger. Go ahead.
I called you a nigger. You're a nigger. Nasty fucking nigger.
Don't call me black no more, cause it ain't facts no more. We destroyed mentally, don't whip our backs no more. When I tell that to my people, they say I'm hating them folks. And I ain't never burned a cross or hung nobody with rope. They make mockery of us, they say my people a joke. Cause we broke living in ghettos and we strung out on dope. Question, why do we always seek the love of the folks who brought us over here on boats and put them chains on our throats, huh? Making to most got us working in fields instead of picking cotton, we in plants and mills. They got us running up and down on they football field. But you better not protest cause you in slavery still. You can put your hands up and you can still get killed. Make a GoFundMe account and he retired with meals. Killing blacks and Latinos is a lucrative field, but look at white women wrong and you get in until. See the of curses that we live in every day out here. Can we all get along as a fantasy still? We holding hands, singing songs with the devil for real. When you march and protest, that devil right on your heel. Separate from enemies, the only way we can build another Black Wall Street with a Capitol Hill. They trying to wipe us off the planet with them chemical spill. Cause we God chosen people, they know who we is.
You got something that I want, so run it up. My cup of knowledge kinda empty, pour me up. Yeah, they don't care about us, they don't give a what. And you gon' wanna hear this, baby, turn it up. Tell me who we is, who we are. We are God's only kids. He call us stars, not equal to the other nations. It's segregation, say it with no hesitation. We know our names, we know who we are.
My people is poor, our morale is low. We hated and despised everywhere that we go. The world keep us suppressing, they don't want us to grow. And they govern education, they don't want us to know our nationality. That's who God say we be. They don't want us to be men, they want us Gary with a T. Young thug with a dress, dope man with a key. Now they can lock you in a cell and destroy your family. Now all we do is march, no justice, no peace. Cause the Ku Klux Klan is the judge and police. We at war with wickedness in some very high places. It's Stockholm syndrome, we accept the degradation. Got a hoodie on, you get shot. Your hands up, you get 6 shots. Get put to death for the truck stop. Getting choked out by a crooked cop. It's madness and it's tragic. We crawling up out this casket. Waiting on the black messiah. Our redemption gon' be classy.
You got something that I want, so run it up. My cup of knowledge kinda empty, pour me up. Yeah, they don't care about us, they don't give a what. And you gon' wanna hear this, baby, turn it up. Tell me who we is, who we are. We are God's only kids. He call us stars, not equal to the other nations. It's segregation, say it with no hesitation. We know our names, we know who we are.
Hey, Michael, where you going?
I'm going out with the brothers, baby. We got work to do. You know, we got a couple of missions we got to go on. We at war.
Today? I thought you was off today and we was gonna kick it.
Yeah, today. You know, it's the same routine,
oh
babe.
My God, you do this every time you off. I'm thinking I'm gonna be with you and you running with the brothers.
Babe, what do you want me to do? I'm trying to balance everything out.
I want you to spend some time with me. I'm by myself. I feel lonely. I want you.
Babe, I'm here with you. I'm here with you when I'm here with you. When I'm trying to do this work, I gotta do this work. You said you was gonna be understanding when it comes.
I do understand, but I need you to understand. I'm starting to get frustrated.
I understand the frustration. Hell, I'm frustrated
too. It's like
too.
Ever since you've been in this truth, it's like you are different. I kind of miss part of the old you.
But you gotta get with this newness. You know what I'm saying? I got some new stuff going on.
Oh my God!
Babe.
All right, Mike, go do what you got.
My people going to war. We bringing out the fire. Those heathens we ignore. Cause we know that they're liars. I'm reading in the we reading in the they reading in the
Hey, shalom, brothers, shalom, sisters, Most High in Christ bless. This is Captain Lemuel. Y'all are tuned in to In the Scripts.
Reloaded.
Who I got on my left?
Officer Yacob.
Who I got on my right? Who I got on my yo mic ain't on? Who I got on my far right?
Officer Jacob.
Who I got on my far right? His mic ain't on either. Him mic not on.
God.
Him don't know how to work that mic.
Yeah. Him on
you
the
all right?
lab. Officer Kashaw. Officer Lavi. There it is.
All praise to the Most High. Y'all are tuned in the Scripts Reloaded.
That's right.
Y'all forgive us for the late start. Login issues, computers gonna be computers.
Right.
It is what it is, but we here. We here. So we're gonna have to jump right on in, Officer Yacob. What we starting off with tonight?
We are starting off with the motto of America, because America is a prideful place, has nothing to do with God, and the motto is, in God we trust. But most people don't know where that comes from, so we're going to talk about where that actually comes from. I'll read this first paragraph.
This is Wikipedia. In God we trust. In God we trust, also rendered as In God we trust, is the official motto of the United States, as well as the motto of the U.S. state of Florida. It was adopted by the U.S. Congress in 1956, replacing e pluribus unum, out of many, one.
So out of many comes one. Go ahead.
Which had been the de facto motto since the initial design of the Great Seal of the United States.
So the United States says that in God we trust, but they brought in God we trust. Why? Because they wanted to make it look like a more godly nation. Because at first they was basically saying one world order, right?
Literally.
Out of many comes one. Yeah, they went straight Greco-Roman. What was you saying, Kat?
No, I just said literally.
Yeah. They were straight Greco-Roman. Everybody, like what Antiochus say, that all should be one.
One people.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. Go down to where it says origins. Let's look at the origins of this thing. Yeah, let's look at the origins of it. Where does it come from?
The earliest recorded usage of the motto in English was in January 1748, when the Pennsylvania Gazette reported on the colors of Association Regiment, namely that of Benjamin Franklin's Pennsylvania militia, one of which said, No,
it's 9.
9, a coronet and plume of feathers motto, in God we trust. According to Thomas S. Kidd, an American historian, this appears to be an isolated instance of an official usage, which could be traced to some rendering of Psalms 56 and 11.
Wait, it could be traced to what?
Psalms 56 and verse 11.
Well, so let's see what in God we trust means.
Let's read it. They quoting scriptures.
They quoting scriptures. So let's see what did they mean by in God we trust.
The book of Psalms, chapter 56 and verse 11. Mm-hmm. In God have I put my trust. I will not be afraid what man can do unto me.
That is prideful as hell on their part. That is, because you have to think, by the time that they put this in place, right, like these are the earliest mentions, but this is, going way back into the 1700s, right? What had they done by this point? If they're saying in God we trust, what had they done at this point in the 1700s rolling into the early 1800s?
They done conquered the land.
They
done killed and
pillaged,
raped, robbed, and did all of that.
Right.
To the Native Americans, the blacks, so-called, Hispanics.
Right. Yeah. So how the hell are they saying that this is going into Psalms? What this is going into is the manifest destiny idea that America has had for itself this entire time, which is total pride.
The hell is this?
Total 100% pride. Let's read that second paragraph.
I'm going to show, hold it real quick. Go to Exodus chapter 20. I'm going to show y'all something. This is the epitome with what you just brought out. They're quoting scripture with what they have on the back of their dollar bill. But then the history don't line up with what they say they believe. In God we trust.
Right. Oh.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 7.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 7. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
So taking the Lord's name in vain, in one breath, you talking about Psalms 56.
Right.
In God we trust. We're going to trust in the Lord. But then the next breath, cut off his head.
Yeah. What the hell is this?
Tie him up by all four limbs and have the horse is going in different directions.
Right. Right.
Bury his head underground, keep his head above the ground.
Right.
Put that noose around his neck and hang him by that tree.
Yep.
But in God we trust.
But in God we trust, though. Yeah.
So that's why the Lord said at the bottom of verse 7, he said, the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. That's why when you read prophecies like Isaiah 34, Revelation 18, those things should not be a wonder as to why America is going down in burning flames.
That's right.
Because they've taken the Lord's name in vain. And they telling you they taking his name in vain.
Right.
So let's read on that.
Yeah. So now let's read that next paragraph. The precise phrase.
The precise phrase, in God we trust, is also found in the publication of Isaac Watts' Psalter, which was revised and printed in America in 1785. Watts had translated Psalms 115, 9 through 11 with the words, Britain, trust the Lord.
Pause. Wait.
The hell is this?
Wait a minute. So they took and made their own translation of it and said, Britain, trust the Lord.
Come on, man.
So let's see what Psalms 115, 9 through 11 says.
The book of Psalms, chapter 115, verse 9. O Israel, trust thou in the Lord.
Wait a minute.
Damn.
What in the world?
Wait a minute.
Wow.
It said what?
O Israel, trust thou in the Lord.
But they quoted it and said that he personally translated it to say, Britain, trust in the Lord. Go ahead.
Britain, trust the Lord.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, with the verse.
Psalms chapter 115, verse 9.
And he's still looking at the Bible.
I was going back over here.
Go ahead.
O Israel, trust thou in the Lord. He is their help and their shield.
Now, notice, there it is possessive. It says he is their help and their shield, meaning Israel.
Right.
It says nothing about Britain. Go ahead.
O house of Aaron.
Wait a minute. So they must know they the Levites or something. For him to say Britain, go ahead.
O house of Aaron, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield.
Read.
Ye that fear the Lord, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield.
Like Cap said, they showed total ability to take the name of the Lord in vain.
That's what the Lord said this. This is what we're reading is the epitome or the personification or y'all give me another big word.
The amalgamation.
Yeah, that's
I like that.
The culmination.
The scriptures. Yeah. Psalms 50 and verse 16.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna show y'all part of what it says and what we witnessing right now.
The book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 16. But unto the wicked, God saith.
The wicked is Esau, according to Malachi 1.
What hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
What do you have to do to declare Psalms 56? Psalms 115. Go ahead.
Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth.
The scriptures.
Seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee.
And did what?
Casteth my words behind thee.
And cast God's words behind them. They don't care. They don't give a damn that it says Israel. The so-called white men don't care. They didn't care.
What the hell is this?
But number one, this covenant ain't got nothing to do with them.
Right.
This covenant was for Israel, as it says in Psalms 115.
Right.
But they cast the word behind them. It says Israel, they say Britain.
Right.
They could have said Rome. They could have said Pluto. They could have said Scooby-Doo, whatever. They don't care.
Right.
Woo! Lord have mercy.
Hey, but here's something that I'm pondering on. This is this is 1785. So they had us as slaves 100%, right? He said, Britain, trust in the Lord. Why he didn't say, hey, the Negroes that we brought over here in slavery, y'all trust in the Lord too?
Right.
He only gave it to Britain when he said what he said. Letting everybody know Christianity, they only planned it for them. Right. That's all it was. Now, if we can read verse 21 too.
Verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silent. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself.
That's what they think. That's why he was bold enough to put Britain in there, because he thinks that God is on their side. Manifest destiny. This is our thing. God let us conquer this thing. He must be one of us. Go ahead.
But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
And they ain't never going to admit that. He said, but I'm going to reprove y'all and set them, meaning Israel, in order right before your eyes.
And it's happening.
And it's happening. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Yakub, when you read that again, it says, in God we trust, right? The God that they trust in is gold, oil, and drugs, and themselves. They show themselves as God.
Right.
Hey, let me get that in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 4.
Now, this is the pride of this man right here. Read.
Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God.
So he knows those scriptures is for Israel, but he puts himself in that position, right? Read.
Or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
So on every publication known to man, the God is shown as a white man. Pale skin, pasty skin, pink skin.
Right.
It's shown as him, right? But go back up to 3.
Verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means.
Because the world has been deceived. Our people have been deceived. Read.
For that day shall not come.
And are we waiting on that day? Read.
Except there come a falling away first.
And we fell off bad. Read.
And that man of sin be revealed.
We looking at it right now. This man is full of sin. This is the man of perdition. This is the man of sin.
That's right.
So, spoiler alert.
The son of perdition.
The son of perdition.
That's right. All right, let's roll into that next one, that number two. There's a couple of these. I'm gonna be honest. There's a couple of these numbers that's out of order, so we're gonna end up just having to call some stuff. But figure it out. Yeah. We're gonna go on the fly. All right. So now this was so what we just saw. The origins of "In God We Trust" is on the back of our money. Actually came from origins of America's forefathers trying to seem like they were in agreement with God, right? But next, let's look, because this is one of the most popular. Yeah, it's a very short video. This is Abraham Lincoln. And in fairness, we're going to play this, and then I got another one coming behind this because, in fairness, I'm going to be fair. Let that play.
America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves.
So the charge was that Abraham Lincoln made a statement saying that America could never be destroyed from the outside, which is bold because at that time they were a new country, right? They had fought, torn away from Europe, from Britain, which they came out of. And so that, there was a lot of, nationalism, a lot of national pride.
Right.
Yeah, being built up into them, right? But in fairness, that's not exactly what he said, but what he said wasn't much better. So we're going to look at that.
Fact check. Abraham Lincoln quote is fabricated, but Lincoln did once warn against internal threats. The claim, a quote by Abraham Lincoln, warned Americans that their freedom would be undone by domestic threats and not from a foreign invasion.
So here's what's interesting. The Bible tells you that he will invade them with his troops, meaning he coming from the sky with his 10,000s of 10,000. He coming from the sky.
Yeah.
But they, at this time, were not reading that. Even though they go to Psalms 56 and they go to Psalms 115, they don't believe that they can be invaded. We see them gearing up now, though, right? But he did say, keep reading.
A June 24th Facebook post attributed an alert to America's 16th president. The post read, "America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we lose our freedoms, it will be because we have destroyed ourselves from within."
So Edom believes only Edom can destroy themselves, right?
The hell is this?
All right, so jump down, there we go.
Did Lincoln say that? The quote has been widely reported and fact-checked. In fact, Goodreads.com includes it in its online catalog of Lincoln's quotations.
Yeah, so go up because it's right down here. Yeah, there it is.
Zoom in a little bit. However, Lincoln did speak to the spirit of the quote well before he ran for president in 1860, and well before he served his one term in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1847 to 49. In the January 1838 speech to a group in Springfield, Illinois, Lincoln stated, "At what point then is the approach of danger to be expected?"
So that's the cockiness. When can we think that somebody... When are we going to be in danger? We America. Yeah. When could we be in danger? Go ahead.
I answer, if it ever reaches us, it must spring up amongst us. It cannot come from abroad. If destruction be our lot, we must ourselves be its author and finisher.
Jeez. Damn. What the hell is this?
Now, y'all gotta think, at this time, America being a very young country, a very young country. So for him to be bold like that at that time,
right?
Lord have mercy.
He said they are their own author and finisher.
He said, as a nation of free men, we must live through all time or die by suicide.
So now here's the thing.
It ain't better than the quote that they said was wrong. I'm sorry.
No.
That's worse.
Not at all. Now here's the thing. America is dissolving and imploding on itself.
That's right.
When you have the abortion rights, LGBTQ, A, B, C, D through Z, the mass infanticide, you got decreased birth rates, all that stuff, all that.
Right.
America's imploding on itself. And it's destined to happen. Read that real quick in Ezra. Second Ezra.
15.
Let me remember. I think it's like 5-1 or 9-1. One of the two. Okay. Where it says 5-2.
The book of Second Ezra, chapter 5, in verse 2. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest.
So even at Ezra's time, the Lord told Ezra, when you come back, sin is going to be increased way more than what you're seeing right now. Keep in mind, you had all types of evil. Israel was killing each other off and murdering each other. Right. The extortion. We were still in captivity even at that time. How much more now? We were still sacrificing our babies, abortions.
Right.
Today you call them abortions. We were still doing that. Right. The Lord said it would be increased. That's what I said. Even with what he's saying, I answer, if it ever reach us, it must spring up amongst us. It cannot come from abroad. It's going to come from within and without.
That's right.
Bring it
Both.
out.
It's going to come from within and without.
That's right.
Read it again.
But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago.
Or that thou hast heard. So whatever you heard before, it's going to be worse than anything that you heard before. So the things that y'all read, even for y'all, even for us right now, what y'all reading the scriptures about Israel committing abortions, what you reading, what is that, Hosea 4, when it said blood touching blood, we don't got to get it, but blood touching blood and lying and swearing and all that. The Lord said that was going to be increased. Matthew 24 and 12.
Bring it out.
We just reading about what Lincoln said, we must ourselves be its author and finishers. Talking about destruction. Destruction is your lot.
That's right.
Just to clear that point up.
Yeah.
Destruction is your lot. Matthew chapter 24, verse 12.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound.
Iniquity of sin would abound, which would be the decline of an empire. The decline of America. That's what y'all are seeing right now.
That's right.
The decline of America. And Israel will be in power next. Not China's coming up. China's going to be the next superpower, whatever. No. China's trying to be like America based on the scriptures. 2 Ezra 15.
Right.
They're going to be destroyed too. But anyway, that's something else. Read it again.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
The love of many would wax cold. So you're seeing the self-inflicted wounds and the self-inflicted destruction as Lincoln prophesied.
Can I touch that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Hey, can you go back to read that piece right there? If destruction be our lot, right?
If destruction be our lot?
Because I loved what he turned that phrase right there.
Yeah.
If destruction be our lot. Because, finish that up and then get me Psalm 64 and 8.
If destruction be our lot, we must ourselves be its author and finisher.
Author and finisher, right? But he had a ghostwriter. Let me show you who the ghostwriter was on this right here, right? Because, read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 68 and verse 11.
64, verse 8.
64 and verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
So is this art imitating life or life imitating art right here? So he fell on himself right here, right?
Right.
Hey, he said it, so thou sayest, right?
Right.
So destruction, like you said so eloquently, destruction is their lot. And they said it. But the Most High said it first.
Hey, keep reading on that.
Yep.
So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
Verse 9.
And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of God.
They shall do what?
Declare the work of God.
Let's see what the work of God is that they're going to declare. Go to Jeremiah chapter 50. Read verse 25, and then we're going to jump down to verse 29.
The book of Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 29. 25. The Lord hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons.
The what?
The weapons of his indignation.
The weapons of his indignation. Come on.
For this is the work of the Lord God.
What's the work? What's the work of the Lord? Read the print on top again.
And the Lord hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation.
That's nuclear war. Jump down to verse 29 now.
Verse 29. Call together the archers against Babylon.
Against who?
Against Babylon.
That's Edom. Read on.
All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about.
Read.
Let none thereof escape.
Let none escape. Come on.
Recompense her according to her work.
So it says, recompense her, America, according to her works, according to all the evil that she has portrayed on this earth. Recompense her the work. And what's their work? Nuclear fire.
That's right.
Right.
Damn. Woo. Well, damn. All praise. All right, hey, so let's come out of this, because this is pride. So we went all the way back, right? Then we came forward a little into Lincoln. Now let's come to, and this is going to be very short. I looked at this book because I wanted to see what he was saying. Let's go to that next. There's a no, not that one. Yeah, this is where I start. Yep, there we go. But the one before the dedication, it's the one that just tells the name of the book. There we go. All right.
By Ben Shapiro. How to Destroy America in 3 Easy Steps.
So if anybody knows anything about Ben Shapiro, he is I would say he's a supremacist. I'm not sure what they title him or how they say it, but he's a supremacist, in my opinion. He's a white supremacist. But he wrote this book, How to Destroy America in 3 Easy Steps. And the premise of the book was he was discussing things about saying the same thing that Lincoln was saying. That if America is to be destroyed, this is how it's going to be destroyed. So he was speaking in his pride. So let's go to the dedication page, and let's see if this spirit continues on down the line.
Dedication to the founders who created the greatest country in the history of the world.
So he dedicated it to the founders.
To the Americans who struggled and fought to fulfill the promises they made.
So to the Americans who wanted to bring forth the vision of manifest destiny, and who else?
And to my children who inherit the gift of America from all of them.
Damn.
The hell is this?
America will not fall. He said, to my children who inherit the gift of America. Hey, we stole this, son. This is yours.
This is yours. This stolen land, I now pass to you.
Family.
And then you got the white people that say, so-called white people will say, well, I didn't have nothing to do. That was my ancestors.
Right.
You are what they call it,
Beneficiary.
Beneficiary.
Yes.
Yep. On stolen property.
On stolen property. Let's see what the beneficiary is gonna get. Give me Isaiah 14:21 real quick.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 21.
For the beneficiaries.
Prepare slaughter.
Do what?
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
So that's the judgment written in the Bible, for unto my children who inherit the gift of America from all of them.
So they're going to inherit that ass whooping too,
That's right.
They're going to inherit destruction.
That's right.
They're going to inherit captivity.
That's
Thank
right.
your daddy.
That's right.
Thank y'all's daddy. Was it?
Yes, sir. That's it.
Yep. So, and real quick, because this is actually biblical, Psalms 49.
The book of Psalms, chapter 49 and verse 11.
Yeah, the spirit.
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
That is fulfillment of this prophecy 100% out of the mouth of an Edomite.
Yep.
Damn.
This is exactly what they believe. This is the pride of them, but this is their destruction and their downfall.
And obviously, Yakub is crazy because when you think about Abraham Lincoln, you're like, okay, he didn't know nothing about no nuke bombs,
Right.
Stuff, atomic bombs. So for him to make a statement like that, okay, you believe that this is the greatest country ever. It's never gonna fall. But for Ben Shapiro and these Edomites today, Donald Trump, whatever the case be, saying that we never gonna fall. This America's the greatest. When you know other countries got nuclear missiles, ICBMs, like, come on, man. That's a pride on another level that we can't comprehend.
Right. Can't even.
And they know they pointed in this direction.
Right.
It ain't like you got all this technology Esau got, America got, in all these other countries. And you mean to tell me you don't know that this nuke's pointing in your direction?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Knowing everybody hate them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Come on now.
All right. So real quick, let's go to the one that says number 5. We're gonna come back to this. We're gonna get to that. Go to the one that says number 5. It's just in. It says just in. It's a video. Like I say, we was out of. Hey, this ain't AV's problem, y'all. This is. Yeah, this ain't AV. AV's doing a great job. Fantastic.
Right. Yes, they are.
Y'all clap your hands for yourselves, AV.
Fantastic.
Clap your hands for yourselves. They won't even play
Except
the
for the brother that's
right. They don't even put their own
back.
hand claps in there, bro.
They got
right
buttons
on.
for whole hand claps. And won't even clap their hands for themselves. Woo!
All right, so let's watch. Let's watch.
You be
this.
giving credit too fast. Don't give credit too fast.
Hey, Cap,
I'm
you
gonna
did kind of
learn.
throw him a curveball now.
I did. I said, clap your hands for yourself. Salute the AV.
Hit the zoom out.
They got
zoom
a
out.
whole button that they can press for a
fingers.
hand clap, and they don't even press it.
Hit the two fingers. Hit the two fingers and zoom in. It's not like you got to pinch the surface.
Okay. So, but the pride is the pride is on 1,000 though. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. What was you saying?
Yeah. So it's and I forgot what the hell I was saying. I was
Prophet, man.
You said the pride of their heart.
Yeah, the pride of their heart has deceived them 100% through all generations. Because I mean, this you're looking at over hundreds of. This is showing over hundreds. You know, this is in 1700s, then the 1800s. Because remember, they said 1785. Lincoln spoke that in 1860 something. So we talking hundreds of years, and then Ben Shapiro comes, and now this is in the 2000s, 200 years later. So that same spirit is carrying and carrying and carrying. It's not going to change. All right, go ahead.
World War III has never been closer than it is right now. We need to clean house of all of the warmongers and America Last globalists and the deep state, the Pentagon, the State Department, and the national security industrial complex. One of the reasons I was the only president in generations who didn't start a war is that I was the only president who rejected the catastrophic advice of many of Washington's generals, bureaucrats, and the so-called diplomats who only know how to get us into conflict, but they don't know how to get us out.
Hey, pause real quick.
For
Pause real quick.
decades,
Pause real
we've
quick.
had
I'm sorry. This has nothing to do with nothing, but that piece of hair on the side of his head is bugging the hell out of me.
That's an ugly dude.
That has nothing to do with nothing. I'm gonna be honest. But that piece of hair is bugging the hell out of me. I just wanted to say that.
That's the pride, man. It's pride.
They don't give a damn how they look. Just
Right.
get on. Just roll the camera.
Right.
Right. And he's using a speech about war as a campaigning effort, man. You know how prideful that is, bro? That you would come on and in your campaign for presidency, you take the possibility of nuclear destruction coming to your front door and your backyard in order for you to be elected into the highest seat in the country.
Mm-hmm. The hell is this?
That is crazy. Like, he's not even worried that he's making a speech about being attacked. So elect me as your president, because that's all this is. Go ahead.
and the so-called diplomats who only know how to get us into conflict, but they don't know how to get us out. For decades, we've had the very same people, such as Victoria Nuland and many others just like her, obsessed with pushing Ukraine toward NATO, not to mention the State Department support for uprisings in Ukraine. These people have been seeking confrontation for a long time, much like the case in Iraq and other parts of the world, and now we're teetering on the brink of World War III. And a lot of people don't see it, but I see it, and I've been right about a lot of things. They all say Trump's been right about everything. None of this excuses in any way the outrageous and horrible invasion of Ukraine 1 year ago, which would have never happened if I was your president, not even a little chance. But it does mean that here in America, we need to get rid of the corrupt globalist establishment that has botched every major foreign policy decision for decades, and that includes President Biden, whose own people said he's never made a good decision when it comes to looking at other countries and looking at wars. We have to replace them with people who support American interests over our 4 years.
Yeah, let's cut it. Let's cut it. Because he's going to go on and he's just saying more and more, and it's all fluff. But the fluff that he's bringing is the exact same thing that he did in his initial campaign, his initial push for presidency, campaign for presidency. Not this one. I want to, not that. Yeah. Let's go with this. So there's a thing. I was reading it earlier, and I don't know what the hell happened to it. I'm going to be honest. But there was a thing, and it was a real good breakdown of the difference in national pride and nationalism or patriotism or nationalism. And the difference that they brought up was that, and it gave a clear picture for you to understand what condition we were in America. In the times of national pride, they said they push a lot of propaganda to get people to go out and buy flags, people to go to Disney World, do this, make you feel great in America. America is such a great place with a lot of amenities, and you can have a great time. They do that in times of peace. But in times of war, then it turns to a very patriot or nationalist doctrine, because then they begin pushing the propaganda of war and what we need to do to defend ourselves, to demonize all other nations, so that no matter what they do, when they go over there and do it, even if it's evil as all get out, now you got the nationalist spirit on you, and we did it because we had to do it to protect ourselves.
Was this dictionary.com that you was reading on?
I cannot. It wasn't dictionary. It was an article. It's why you found one in dictionary.com?
Patriotism versus nationalism. What's the difference? And it does speak on flags and so on and so forth. Purchasing flags.
Okay, that must be it. If we can send that to AV, we'll give them time to load it and everything. But yeah, so go back. No, don't go away from that, y'all. Just load that one up in the background. But I want to read national pride.
National pride is related to feelings of patriotism and nationalism. Patriotism is love of one's country or dedicated allegiance to same, while nationalism is a strong national devotion that places one's own country above all others.
And this is America. This is what Trump was just saying. This is what Abraham Lincoln was pushing, Ben Shapiro pushed, and then those men from the 1700s, they were pushing the exact same thing. And that's why they were willing to put on there, in Britain we trust, instead of in God we trust, because they feel like they're greater than any and everything on the face of the earth.
And are willing to kill off people in other nations. They're willing to invade and everything else to keep that, is a word I'm looking for. Keep that dominance, that stronghold. It's another word I'm looking for. Preeminent. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Over all these other nations. Right. All of them. They'll go and plant an American flag in another country.
Right.
On the moon.
On the moon. Damn.
Right. Yeah.
On the moon.
Right.
Let's read this.
Patriotism versus nationalism. What's the difference? You've probably heard of the public servants carrying out great acts of patriotism. You've probably also heard of concerns of a rising wave of nationalism around the world. Yes, both words involve some form of pride in one's country, but there is an incredibly important distinction to be made between the two.
Yeah, this is the exact one.
Historically, both patriotism and nationalism were used roughly in the same way, but they significantly diverged along the way. And one has a much more positive connotation than the other. Do you know which one is which? In this article, we'll explain the difference between patriotism and nationalism, the different forms they can take and what they can lead to, as well as how to use them correctly. What is the difference between patriotism and nationalism? The word patriotism is a noun that means devoted love, support, and defense of one's country, national loyalty.
So when you think about it, Deuteronomy 7:3 gives us patriotism. It makes us patriots to who we are, patriots to the land that God promised us, patriots to our God, to our Constitution, this Bible. We're patriots to that. Why? Because we put down pork. The sisters put away pants. We said to hell with making money on Saturday. We're going to keep the Sabbath day and keep it holy. And we kick it and have a good time on the Sabbath day. So we are patriots, or we have a form of patriotism and pride in who we are and what we believe in. But they tell us we evil as hell for that.
Yeah.
They said we're a hate group.
Because it goes against their nation.
Right.
Go ahead.
The term often brings to mind people directly involved with the defense of a nation, namely military service members, as well as state and local government representatives. For example, the soldiers showed exemplary patriotism, defending their country from attack. Patriotism, however, can take many other forms outside serving in the military and public office. diplomats, teachers, first responders, and so many more all exemplify patriotism in the many forms of good they do in service of their communities.
Which is us. The talents that we have amongst us, using them to help build the nation. Right. Right? So medical advice, legal advice, all types of business advice. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's buying houses or finances, whatever. So we are patriots to our nation, to our people. Go ahead.
There are millions of government employees as well as millions of millions who volunteer their time in the interest of their country. Individual acts of pride, such as displaying an American flag at one's home, are also examples of patriotism. The word patriotism is first recorded in the early 1700s. Interestingly, by the 1770s, the word patriot could refer to a member of a resistance movement, a freedom fighter. Specifically, those who fought against the British in the War for Independence, associations that persist today.
Okay, so now let's jump down for time's sake. Let's look at nationalist. Let's look at that. That should be. Hold on, wait, y'all going too fast. Y'all going too fast.
So they ended up reneging on that. Britain, in the Lord we trust. They said, "No, let's fight against them."
Yeah, where y'all going? Stay where you at. Modern. Start at modern.
Modern nationalism is rooted in part in French and American revolutions that fought for the sovereignty of their people over monarchies. This historic nationalism is generally viewed favorably, a cornerstone of Western liberalism and democracy.
Go ahead.
However, fascist regimes have merged the regimes have merged the fervor of nationalism with the notions of superiority, especially when it comes to ethnicity and religion.
Go ahead.
In such contexts, patriots can become those who happen to agree with you or look like you, and traitors those who do not.
What's your thoughts?
You know, all Edomites, man, all these Edomite countries are pretty much the same way, man. You know, like in Ukraine, when the blacks tried to get on the train, when stuff was getting blown up. Now they trying to call them same blacks back to join the cause.
Help fight.
No, we don't need you anymore, right?
Right.
So the blacks smarted up in that respect.
Right.
But going back to this patriotism, let me show you the first patriotism in these scriptures. Psalms 49, right? Psalms 49 and 11. Get that. This is not no new thought for them. Most High put that thought in their head. Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 49 and verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
They thought Great Britain was gonna last forever. They thought Greece, Rome. They thought they thought all these places gonna live forever, just like they think America's gonna last forever. Read.
And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
Like America, after Amerigo Vespucci, right?
Right.
Africa, Leo Scipio Africanus, right?
Right.
Read.
Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not.
Jump to 13.
This their way is their folly.
So read.
Yet their posterity approve their sayings. Salah.
So the Most High, he's going to make a joke out of them. Read verse 14.
Like sheep, they are laid in the grave. Death shall feed on them, and the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning.
And it's game over when we get the hold of the joystick.
That's it. That's
right.
Was that it on this?
I mean, there was a little, but yeah, no.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
The next, this form of nationalism.
This form of nationalism is what happens when patriotism gets out of hand and morphs into something more exclusionary. Isolationist and, chauvinist, for example, the lecturer's speech on immigration.
Hold on real quick, because it jumped. So notice what they're saying is this form of nationalism is what happens when patriotism gets out of hand and morphs into something more exclusionary, isolationist. So think about it. Even though our skin is different from them, in the time that I grew up in elementary school, when I was young, we had to stand up every morning, and when the bell rang, we had to put our hands over our heart, and we had to say the Pledge of Allegiance every morning.
What the hell is this?
Yep.
They sing this. Yeah, they sing this. Oh, they still do it?
They still do that.
Oh, snap.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, they do the Pledge of Allegiance to the U.S. flag and then the Pledge of Allegiance to the Texas flag. So they do 2 of them.
Wow. They said, yeah, we did Texas flag too.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And in order for Northern Kingdom to become a citizen here to get their green card, they have to know that by heart.
They have to pledge.
Yep.
So what happens is we then become nationalists the instant that we wake up and realize that we're Israel, and we become exclusionary to them, and we become isolationists to ourselves, gathering ourselves together.
Let's read that real quick. Esther 13:4.
Got it?
After
The book of
Judah.
Esther.
Yep.
Esther. Chapter 13 and verse 4. Declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people that had laws contrary to all nations.
So now we're talking about nations. Nations. Come on.
And continually despised the commandments of kings, so as the uniting of our kingdoms, honorably intended by us, cannot go forward.
Why? Because we were nationalists.
Right.
Israel was nationalists. You know how they got these talking points now where they say black people are not a monolith? Black people are supposed to be a monolith.
Right.
Meaning one people, one nation, one race. So we've always had that spirit of being nationalists. That's why I said, declared unto us that in all nations there was a certain malicious people. Because when you're contrary, when you're within a nation and you're contrary to that nation, you're now malicious, or you're a hate group, or you're a separatist, or you're an extremist.
The hell is this?
Or whatever other label they gonna come up with now. Read on, verse 5.
Seeing then we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men.
Not just to all men, but all nations. All nations. The all men there is all nations. Go ahead.
Differing in the strange manner of their laws.
The strange manner of their laws. Keeping the Sabbath day.
Right.
It's a strange manner in America. To the American nationalists, keeping the Sabbath day is strange.
That's right.
Why? Because the country that says in God they trust don't do nothing that God say.
Right.
God said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, which is Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. What's the biggest day for business? Saturday. Saturday.
Yep.
Go ahead.
The hell is this?
And evil affected to our state, working all the mischief they can.
So they say us keeping our commandments is mischief.
Damn.
Right.
Is mischief. Go ahead.
That our kingdom may not be firmly established.
Because they understand that a house divided, a kingdom divided cannot stand.
That's right.
They understood that even at that time.
That's right.
It's 8:02. So we're going to stop right here. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be back here in a minute. Y'all are tuned in the scripts.
Reloaded.
Faiths come from? Well, there are a lot of man-made religions out there. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit after the tradition of man. What man? The white man.
In Europe, in the time of the Renaissance, they start whitewashing all the dark images in Spain, in Portugal, in Russia, and all these places. And archaeology could show today, we got the records showing that there were black images all over Spain, all over Europe. Okay, why? Because the Christians over there at that time, they were all black.
Being a Christian, you are the following of Christ. You keeping the Passover, New Moon, Sabbath, all that make a big difference. In Christianity, they keep none of what the Bible says.
The Jews have always been black.
So the true early Christians maintained faith in Christ along with Jewish law.
It is very important for us to come out of what we don't belong in and come back to what God actually made.
Brothers, sisters, let's all of us come out of the Christian church now.
said, it looks more like a military group than anything else, but I'll read what they have.
You said something about it looked like something.
An army.
What make you say that?
Because look, it's like military style.
Why do you support Kyrie?
I'm pretty impressed. I heard it from about a mile away, so I had to come over.
Okay.
How many men?
Uncle was there where you left. Your auntie was there where you left. Cousin was there where you left. Brother was there where you left. Sister was there where you left. Father, your mother, your uncle, your auntie, your cousin, your brother, your sister was there where you left. 12 tribes! 12 tribes! 12 tribes!
There's something that was said that has never been done or seen before. Unity of our people. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. Is that right, brothers? We are the Israelites the Bible speaks of, and we will not apologize. We're going to teach this truth come hell or high water. Christ said the gates of hell shall not prevail against us. I want everybody to understand that. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 3, the Lord said, endeavor to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. Let's hear it. Unity! 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 And we will not ever bow the knee or apologize. So at that, brothers, who's the king? Christ. Who's the king? Christ. Who's the king? Christ. 12 tribes! 12 tribes! 12 tribes! 12 tribes! 12 tribes! Unity! 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 Who's the king? Christ. Who's the king? Christ. Who's the king? Christ.
Did it? I got your Purim gift. You did. What is it?
Tibet.
Did it?
Tibet. Okay. Tibet.
Let's use your gift to learn about the Feast of Purim.
IUIC Boom Cards has the perfect bundle pack for you this Purim. 9 decks for 25% off, including Spanish and a Destruction of Nicanor deck. Visit the website to get your deck and play today.
We back. Y'all are tuned in to Inner Scripts.
Reloaded.
All right. Make sure y'all get y'all Boom card deck now.
Right.
I believe we still got them on sale. 50, I think they 50% off. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong on the chat. sisters will. I know they ain't got no problem with it.
Right.
Let me know. I believe it's still 50% through today or tomorrow. And even if it ain't, it experience $1, $2, $3, whatever.
Right.
Y'all spend them on Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Man.
So invest in your children's education, build up their nationalism, build up the patriotism for their own people, for their own nation.
That's
all right? So y'all invest, all right? All right, so let's get back to the definitions.
Yep. So the form of nationalism, we read that part already, right? Did we read that? All right. Scroll up a little bit.
Jingoism?
Let's put it on the screen.
Such nationalism. Where you want me to start
Yeah. How to use.
How to use patriotism.
Hold on. Scroll up. Just a little bit. Don't. Yep, right there. Yeah, read that. Read that part.
Such nationalism can result in jingoism, which is a form of extreme nationalism promoting vigilant preparedness for war and an aggressive foreign policy. It can also result in isolationism, or the policy or doctrine of isolating one's country from the affairs of other nations by declining to enter into alliances, foreign economic commitments, international agreements.
So much to unpack right there. I want to start.
First bag.
Huh?
Start with your first piece of luggage.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, read it again. Pull up jingoism. Because I'm going to tell you now, the way that America deals with all these other nations, they've already started a form of, on two sides. I'm going to go on two sides. Number one, America is, by their actions, isolating themselves from all other nations. They are on a friggin' island right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you got things like BRIC.
Right.
With the BRICS, actually, it's BRICS now.
BRICS,
dealing with the monetary system. Actually, hold that, the spirit policy or practice of jingos. Bellicose
chauvinism.
Scroll down. Do y'all see something that's like
similar words?
English or... All right, go. Jingle bell. Oh, Lord. What the hell did y'all pull up?
Hey, Cap.
Go back.
Words, go down a little bit more. Go down a little bit more because there's words related to it.
Okay. Nationalism, loyalty, zealotry, allegiance, aggression, aggressiveness, animosity, antagonism. I'm going to skip a couple of these. Combativeness, contentiousness, hostility. I'm going to skip that. Okay, I'm going to skip the rest of those.
The Google definition is a little bit clearer. It says extreme patriotism, especially in the form of aggressive or warlike foreign policy.
So go back.
So that's why they keep tying the term chauvinist to. So you're a chauvinist to want to be protective and warlike.
To want to be, to want to be a man. You're chauvinist.
Be a man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So go back here.
Such nationalism can result in jingoism,
which is aggressiveness. You help me out with some of the other words.
Warlike foreign policy.
Masculinity.
Yeah. What were some of the other ones we saw?
Militarism.
Contentiousness.
I don't think y'all just making stuff up.
No, contentious.
What'd you read?
I'm reading the synonyms on Google.
Okay, read me some.
It's militarism, warmongering, belligerence, flag waving.
Oh, you reading something else because that's not what we just read.
Yeah, he's reading the Google definition.
The Google similar words.
Oh,
it's a little bit clearer.
Messed me up.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. No, you good. Go ahead.
Such nationalism can result in jingoism, which is a form of extreme nationalism promoting vigilant preparedness for war and an aggressive foreign policy.
So now you saw when they killed Soleimani. They killed Soleimani.
Mm-hmm.
You have never seen such nationalism or jingoism where to the point where we are out for blood. That militarism, the militarism, the aggression, They put up the
death flag?
The death flag, yes.
Flag waving.
Flag waving.
Yeah.
So you saw that. We've seen that in real life.
Right.
Go ahead, using system.
No.
Go ahead.
It can also result in isolationism.
What'd you say?
Isolationism.
Okay.
Or the policy or doctrine of isolating one's country from the affairs of other nations by declining to enter into alliances, foreign economic commitments, international agreements.
So now, of course, they've entered with the monetary system with bricks and things like that. But let me see. Just read on, because let me think about what I want.
Recorded in the early 1800s, nationalism, as you probably guessed, is based on nation, ultimately from a Latin word meaning birth or tribe.
Wait a minute. Wait.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's from a Latin word that means what?
Birth or tribe.
So why is it every time we say that the word nation in the New Testament is speaking about one group of people, a birth or tribe, they're saying, no, that's not what that means. You're being racist. Their word in Latin says that it means birth or tribe. I just wanted to touch that. It made sense.
Total.
It made sense.
Go to 2nd Ezra 15. Just to show y'all some Arab nationalism that I just talked about. 29.
The book of 2nd Ezra.
Start of verse 28.
2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 28. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons
the nations of the dragons
of Arabia shall come out with many chariots.
That's the UAE, United Arab Emirates. Go ahead.
And the multitude of them.
It says, the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, meaning they're coming for war. That militarism. Was that the word?
Yes, sir.
The militarism, the aggression, the aggressiveness. What was some of the other ones?
Contentiousness.
The contentiousness. Come on.
And the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble.
May fear and tremble. That's nationalism.
Right.
That's pride.
Right.
Go ahead. Where was you at on this?
Verse 30.
No. On this.
Oh, on this. We were at it. I was good with that. I was good as far as this concerned. You had something else you wanted?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So let's go out of it, because this nationalism and this patriotism has allowed America, again, they fight to keep their nationalism and their patriotism, right, surrounding themselves. Meanwhile, the whole time that this country has been has been established, has been against a group of people from ever having nationalism and patriotism. And this is the reason that America has to fall. This is the pride that has deceived them. So let's look at this real quick.
Florida calls African American history course inexplicably contrary to state law.
They did what?
Calls African American history course inexplicably contrary to state law.
So this is what Cap just brought out in Esther when they said that there is a certain group of malicious people that are contrary to our laws, and they stopping us from fulfilling what it is that we say that we wanted to fulfill, what our mission is.
You'd think the state would be able to explicate its reasons.
Yep. So let's read this article.
For the sake of Officer Jacob, can we pull up explicate? Just so we can make sure Officer Jacob knows what that means.
Yeah.
Just.
Hey, it's when you explicate something.
You know, I hate when definitions use the word in the definition.
I got you, Cap.
Right.
Oh, I got you, Officer.
No, I know what it means.
That's for him. It's for Jacob.
Explicate. Analyze and develop an idea or principle in detail.
Say it again.
To analyze and develop an idea or principle in detail.
All right.
Clarify, explain.
So clarify or explain. Go back.
Why they couldn't just say that?
Interpret.
They could have just said explain, interpret, or clarify.
Right.
Y'all can drop it. Let's go back to the article.
No, you didn't. Zoom in a little bit.
No, you didn't. Okay, so now scroll back up. Now that we know what it means.
Scroll up a little bit more.
You'd think the state would be able to explain or clarify its reasons. Scroll down.
They Edom, man. They don't feel like they got to explain nothing.
Right.
It's just Edom.
They said, y'all go figure it out.
Right.
Say what I said.
A year ago, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed the Stop Woke Act, a law prohibiting the teaching of certain progressive concepts in schools or universities.
You know how bold that is?
Right.
Stop woke.
Right.
What the hell?
Stay asleep.
Stay asleep, niggas.
Yeah, stop woke means just stay asleep.
Stay asleep. That is pride at another level.
Damn.
The act is called the Stop Woke Act.
And black people, I heard this on Clubhouse earlier. They was talking about some sister, a lot of black people, they talking about we just got to get more people of color in office, and we got to get more representation.
Right.
It could be 50 Negroes in office, and it could be one Edomite.
Right.
And they'll still pass a law like this.
Yeah.
I don't know why y'all
free.
as long as America been standing, y'all ain't had even voting rights but a handful of years.
Right.
What the hell makes you think that you get more representation in office in any capacity is gonna change any damn thing?
Right.
Message.
At what point? At what point?
None.
Cap, and for the people that don't know, it says woke is a political term derived from African American vernacular, meaning alert to racial prejudice and discrimination. So right here, when DeSantis saying, "Hey, stop that woke act," so stop black people from talking about the racial prejudice and the discrimination that they going through in Florida.
Damn.
The Stop Nigger Act.
Yeah, stop nigga act basically.
Or Stop Niggas Waking Up Act.
Stop niggas waking up. Shut up and dribble.
Yeah.
Shut up and shoot.
Shut up and
Just
rap.
throw the ball.
The hell is this?
Shut up and rap.
Yeah,
Right.
shut up and rap.
Stay in church and stay voting.
Yeah, as long as you voting and y'all giving y'all tithes, that's all y'all need to do. Shut the hell up about everything else.
Right. Damn.
Go ahead.
The university portion of the law has already been struck down in court as a blatant First Amendment violation. This week, the state announced the law is being used in primary schools to block the adoption of advanced placement African American history.
It's a blatant First Amendment violation. It's a blatant
Black History
violation of the First Amendment, and they still push it. You don't think people looked at this bill and was like, "You do realize that this goes contrary to the First Amendment?" I don't give a damn. Push it through.
No, Lord Jesus is a fire.
Happy Black History Month.
And governors usually be like ex-attorneys. Governors usually be lawyers and attorneys.
Right.
So
Scroll up. No.
the news
To the top.
The new.
I just want to see something real quick. To the top. Okay, January 20th. All right, scroll down.
Yeah, so this
I was about to say, if he did this in Black History Month, shit, there's
right.
no,
And I'm making mockery of it because, black people like to think that Black History Month means something.
Right.
I mean, it does, but it don't. You know what I mean? Because they can push acts like this, Stop Woke Act.
Right.
So where the advanced placement African American history, they stopping it. They don't want you to advance. They don't want you to know your history and talk about your history.
Right.
So if you don't know where you come from, how you know where you're going? They don't want you to go nowhere. They want you to stay right here where you at, docile, Negroes, African Americans.
because go ahead.
And Esau understands that a nation, when they learn their history, that develops more patriotism, nationalism to your own country. So that's why you'll have a Ben Shapiro writing books in dedication to Abraham Lincoln, the forefather, so on and so forth, because he's well educated in his household, in his universities on white history, U.S. Esau history.
Right.
But our people, they like, no, keep them dumb to where they think they on our side and we for them and we all one.
And y'all got to understand that there's a deeper plot than just black people learning their history.
Oh, yeah.
Because as long as you keep them detached from who they are, their history, their culture, that means they gonna go all out for us, just like they've been doing.
Right.
So that means Florida, because we just using Florida for example. That means those prisons stay full. So everybody that's profiting off of those prisons, keep you that all that we want black history and all that stuff. Keep that out, because as soon as they start learning, just like they try to keep us from reading, because as soon as we start reading, what happens? Then we start building towns. We start building cities. We start building bus systems and bus lines. Damn, they doing too much now. Let's bomb that and send them right on back to the hood, right on back to the ghetto.
The hell is this?
What else?
Florida is number 3 in prison population, by the way.
Number 3.
Number 3 behind Texas as number 1 and California as number 2.
So y'all better believe it's deeper than just not learning your history. It's
Very
deeper
much.
than that, because Esau they think deep. Black people ain't got to thought past our nose.
Right.
White folks understand that if I can cut this off right here, that means I continue to eat. I can confidently say my children are going to inherit this country.
Right.
And it's going to continue to be built off the blood, sweat, and tears of blacks and Hispanics.
Right.
The hell is this?
100%.
They know that.
So we're going to show proof through government documentation brought forward in an article that that's exactly what they know.
Let's get it.
Can I show a stop woke act in the Bible?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to 2 Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 8.
While they bring that out, there we go. Yep.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 8. Moreover, there went out a decree.
A law or a act. Read.
To the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy.
Read.
Against the Jews.
Against the Jews, you so-called African American, Native Americans, and Hispanics. We are the Israelites. Come on.
That they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices. And whoso would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles.
Who would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles.
Should be put to death.
So if you get caught teaching black history or going against the woke act as a teacher or whatever, they'll blackball you. They'll fire you from your job. They did a black principal like that not too long ago. Yep. They fired him for teaching black history in the school.
That was right here in Colleyville.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Colleyville.
Oh, was he the one that's suing? There's somebody was suing the schools. Anyway, I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole. Go ahead, which is
okay. So this is exactly what you were talking about, Cap. Before we read this, right? Before we read the goals, because this is written out, I want you to go over to the right and go to where it says where the source is and read what the source is for this.
And blow it up a little bit more.
Yeah, blow it up a little bit more. Is the source over there to the right, or do we need to go to the bottom? Yeah, go down to the scroll. Yeah, keep scrolling. There we go. The source. Blow that up so we can make sure that Officer Kashak can see that.
Yeah. So the source, Deborah Mercart,
Mincart,
Alana D. Murray, Janice L. View, Ed's putting the movement back into civil rights teaching for change, and Prababa,
2004. 2004. So the creator of this document is who?
J. Edgar Hoover.
What type of document is it?
A government document.
All right. And the site of this document is what?
J. Edgar Hoover. The FBI sets goals for COINTELPRO. Check resources for teachers. Accessed February 28th, 2023.
So this was just accessed. So let's read what J. Edgar Hoover and the government, the FBI, put in place in America. to stop a group of people from becoming nationalists again?
Says the FBI sets goals for COINTELPRO.
Uh-huh.
Under Director J. Edgar Hoover, the FBI's COINTELPRO, counterintelligence program, was aimed at investigating and disrupting dissident political groups within the United States. In the 1960s, COINTELPRO's target frequently included civil rights activists, both those who espoused nonviolence, like Martin Luther King, and those that Hoover referred to as black nationalist hate groups.
Now, I want y'all to, because y'all was going to fly right past that part where it says, the word
espoused.
Dissident.
Oh, dissident.
Disrupting dissident political groups. That flew over. Y'all black. Y'all don't know what that means. I just looked it up. I ain't know what the hell it meant. Pull up dissident. Dissident political groups within the United States.
You see what they did?
Look at this witchcraft.
Look at
Hey,
God.
Y'all ain't got it set up yet, man. Y'all ain't got it set up yet. Y'all got to see they
Look
good
at
attempt.
God.
Dissidents. I see. Y'all know I'm blind.
Wow.
Come on, man.
Look at that. That's dope.
You know, see, it don't work. I'm going to read the Google definition. All praises, though. I see y'all. Dissident, a person who opposes official policy, especially that of an authoritarian state.
Authoritarian state. Didn't we just read about the opposition of a people that was opposed or contrary?
Right.
Cap, some similar words. It says protester, free thinker, revolutionary.
Damn! They wanted to disrupt revolutionary groups.
Sheesh.
Any groups that are revolutionary or in opposition or oppose or are contrary to the United States, we got to disrupt.
That's right.
We got to investigate. We got to shut down. See, y'all was finna all the meat. Y'all got to get the meat off the bone.
This should let y'all know our brothers and sisters at home still going to these Christian churches. You believe in the politics. You believe in the school. Patriotism to them does not mean the same as what you think it means for you.
At all.
Revolutionary for you don't mean the same as revolutionary for them. We are two totally different nations set against each other. Y'all got to come back to your heritage and nation and leave theirs be.
Right. That's why you brothers, it's such a, y'all got a heavy job on y'all, you brothers that are over social media, things like videos and stuff like that. Y'all have got to think 20, 30, 50 steps ahead. Y'all put all our business out there. You put all the business out of your local congregations. You put all the business out of internal programs and stuff like that. You simple. You simple as hell. What the hell wrong with you? Y'all got to have a thought. We already know that. We already know COINTELPRO is within the congregation. That ain't, we ain't talking about that. I'm talking about you volunteering information.
Right.
Damn, at least give them something to investigate.
Make
Damn.
them do their job.
Yeah, make them do their job. Make them work for their paycheck.
Yeah.
But damn, you gonna put everything out?
Hey, Cap, they is doing their job.
Hey, Cap, and what's crazy about that too, you will have on social media what's called ghost accounts. You'll just have random accounts. You don't know the person from Tom, and they'll follow you. And whenever you post something, Esau probably thinking they love likes, they love the attention. Make all these fake accounts like they stuff so they can just keep on giving us more, keep on giving us more.
Yep.
Right.
100%.
Yep.
And that's that same person that tell you they woke.
Yeah.
Ain't no way, boy.
Right. All right, so let's go back. Where were we at? Both those who espoused?
In the 1960s, COINTELPRO's targets frequently included civil rights activists, both those who espoused nonviolence, like Martin Luther King, and those that Hoover referred to as black nationalist hate groups, like the Black Panthers. This document outlines the program's goals in attempting to limit the effectiveness of such groups. In practice, the FBI used infiltration, legal harassment, disinformation, and sometimes extra-legal intimidation and violence against King, the Panthers, and other black activist groups in its attempt to discredit and disrupt them.
So it's telling you the tactics or the methods that COINTELPRO and the government will use to keep this group of people, us, from moving forward as a nation, right? All right, so let's see the goals.
Goals. For maximum effectiveness of the counterintelligence program and to prevent wasted effort, long-range goals are being set.
Why? Because they always said stuff that's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years down the line. Balfour Declaration, right? Go ahead.
Number 1, prevent the coalition of militant black nationalist groups. In unity, there is strength.
Wow.
A truism that is no less valid for all its triteness. An effective coalition of black nationalist groups might be the first step toward a real Mau Mau black revolutionary army in America.
Oh, you read too fast through that.
My bad.
Read that last sentence again.
A truism.
An effective.
An effective coalition of black nationalist groups might be the first step towards a real Mau Mau black revolutionary army in America.
The beginning of a true black revolution. Y'all got to understand what y'all are in.
Yeah.
Being in, they are saying they're trying to prevent the coalition of militant black nationalist groups or dissident nationalist groups, dissident black groups that are in opposition to America or in opposition to her policies. Right. It says, in unity there is strength. So they understand two is better than one.
They understand that.
They understand basic things like loving your neighbors, you love yourself. Yes. Ephesians 4, endeavoring to keep the unity of the spirit and the bond of peace.
Get married.
They understand that there's strength in that. There's strength in families.
Right. Mm-hmm.
They understand that. That's why they got that, and that's why I'm going to listen.
Yeah, yeah.
You brothers and sisters that continued paving a road full of thorns and briars, and you're leaving a trail of hell and death behind you, slutting and whoring sisters out. Sisters, you throwing your body all over the internet, and you're sending pictures, and you're sending videos and all this other stuff. Do you understand that you're playing in the hands of the so-called white man that's trying to kill you?
Right.
That's in the most literal sense, looking to destroy you. They're trying to, when they say prevent the coalition, they're saying they're trying to destroy any sort of coalition.
Right.
They want to thwart. Pull up the definition of thwart. I just pulled that up on my head.
That's a heavy. Yeah.
I just want to see some synonyms.
THWART.
Yes.
Thwart.
Thwart. Y'all can pull up in the background. I'll keep this on the screen. Never mind. You there. You there already.
THWART.
The word thwart means prevent someone from accomplishing something. Oppose a plan, attempt, or ambition successfully.
They're trying to oppose or prevent you from accomplishing what? Building the nation back.
Right.
That's right.
Building the kingdom. And you play right into their hands.
Right.
The hell is this?
Playing right into their hands.
Right.
I read stuff like this and I'm like, yo, y'all can't be this slow.
Right.
And then Cap, remember like Judas and the Black Messiah. Like, you know, Esau put all kind of little stuff in the fine print. You sending your body and all kind of stuff over the phones through pictures. Esau run up on you and be like, "Hey, look, this is what we got. You know, we can put it all on
exactly.
Facebook.
Yeah.
But if you work with us, you know, like you're saying, they playing into the hands of our enemy that ain't got no rules and regulations. Obviously, that he's standing by. He's saying, "Yo, anything is acceptable. We are going to war against the strongest nation that God has created on earth."
And I'm gonna roll with you on something. So we already know that there's spies amongst us. We already know that. You think you brothers are simple enough to think that the sister that you've been sending pictures back and forth to, you don't think it's a possibility that she could be setting you up?
Right.
You don't think that?
Right.
Brother, same thing on the sister side. The brother that after leadership them told him 53 times.
Sheesh.
Leave, stop DMing, and the sister go after her lust, and she said, "Oh, but he got big muscles. Right. Oh, but he tall. He got good hair. He light-skinned it.
Right.
He looked like my Lord and Savior."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Oh. I know that's that hurts some of them.
Yeah.
That hurts some of them. Because it can't be the black Messiah in Revelation 1.
It's my freaky Jesus.
Yeah, they talking about
with the socks and the flip flops on.
And the beanie.
I lost my damn point. That fast. You don't think this guy. You don't think that they could be setting you up to be an informant,
right?
Setting you up to be a spy. Listen, I know your background at this point because remember you told me all of this over Facebook DM.
Right.
You told me what time you wake up. You told me what time you go to bed. You told me your favorite drink. You told me where you like to go to dinner. You told me what you drive. You told me about your kids. You told me about your baby mamas and your baby daddies. You told me everything, remember?
Right.
You told me about them 2 warrants that you got.
Damn.
You told me about when you got locked up the last time. You know, it'd be unfortunate if another case came upon you because it's you know, you're already kind of in the hole right now.
Right.
You know what? I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna cut you a deal.
Damn.
You work with us. You know, and it's really for your betterment, because you know these groups, a lot of them are malicious, and you don't want to be a part of that.
Right.
You don't want to be a part of that. So how about you join us?
And it just won't be as hard on you.
Yeah, and it just make things easier on yourself. Yeah. Make things easier on your kids.
Right.
Make things easier.
Damn.
Make yourself easily infiltrated.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, then they slide them a little bit of money.
Oh yeah, you know money gonna be involved.
Yeah.
You know, remember you told us you were struggling. And then they pull up everything that you put up in the DM. Yeah, you know, I'm struggling. I just lost my job. You know, I only got $200 in the bank. You know, whatever. You done told all your business via Facebook DM or Instagram DM or whatever. You know, you told me you only had $200 in the bank. You know, I can help you out with that.
Right.
I can give you a job. And it pays well. Yeah. You know, because in the Bible, it talks about, you know, your people, they used to be in the military. Your people used to work for the police. That's how they remember Satan when he was dealing with Christ.
Right.
In the mountain. He was using scriptures.
Yep.
Y'all don't think Esau ain't gonna come to y'all with scriptures?
Right.
Y'all crazy as hell. Y'all don't got a thought past y'all nose.
Right.
But y'all keep doing what you do. You keep doing what you do.
Cap,
I'm gonna find me a
I saw
white
this-
man and lie
and
to
I
him
saw
right
this-
now.
I saw this.
Hey, hold on real quick. Read number 2. Read number 2.
Number 2.
Because this is everything. This is the amalgamation of everything that Cap was saying.
Number 2, prevent the rise of a Messiah who could unify and electrify the militant black nationalist movement.
Why? Because they focus on that one that's already the leader that's building everybody up, but they understand perfectly that they don't die. We can kill them, but we can't kill them.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to knock everything and everybody out that shows any signs of being somebody that can help continue to keep the unity or the coalition. Is that what it said? The coalition together. Don't allow this to happen, a black Messiah. Because this one here, he might not really be the one. It might be that next one that comes behind him.
Right.
So we got to stop all of that.
Right.
Go ahead.
Malcolm X might have been such a Messiah. He is the martyr of the movement today. Martin Luther King, Stokely Carmichael, and Elijah Muhammad all aspire to this position.
Watch this, though.
Elijah Muhammad is less of a threat because of his age. King could be a very real contender for this position should he abandon his supposed obedience to white liberal doctrines.
Christianity.
Damn.
Should he abandon his supposed obedience to like Christianity, nonviolence, and embrace black nationalism? They do not want us to separate
at
all. Any sort of what's the word?
Dissidence.
Dissidence is another word I'm looking for where you oppose. Y'all go ahead. It's gonna come to me.
Go ahead. and
embrace black nationalism.
When King started saying that I've integrated my people into a burning house, I feel like I might have destroyed it. I see now that these people economically are destroying us and doing this, that, and the third to us, that we're never really going to get what they tell us. They didn't want that. Because now he's starting to wake up and tell his people, fight the power.
Once word comes out that he's planning on partnering up with Malcolm X and so on, they're like, oh, this sounds like
time to kill him.
Yeah.
Time to kill him. Now, read verse, I said verse, number 3.
Number 3.
No, actually skip 3, go to 4.
Number 4. Prevent militant black nationalist groups and leaders from gaining respectability by discrediting them to 3 separate segments of the community.
Now, this is exactly what we're seeing right now, and they've broken it down to 3 different segments we need to make sure that we discredit these so-called leaders to. Go ahead.
The goal of discrediting black nationalists must be handled tactically in 3 ways. You must discredit those groups and individuals too. First, the responsible Negro community.
So you have to make these look like they are nobodies, that they are terrible people to those that we actually see as responsible people in their community. First, we got to discredit them with those. Go ahead.
Second, they must be discredited to the white community. Both the responsible community and to liberals who have vestiges of sympathy for militant black nationalists sick simply because they are Negroes.
So we also have to put flyers in the driveways of certain ones of them who might actually have some type of a heart or mind to help them, so that because that's the only reason this is happening. It's not falling. They've never, anytime we see the stories of the flyers in people's driveways, they never say it flooded the entire neighborhood.
No.
When you think back. So they're dropping them at certain houses. Why? Because this plan that was written by J. Edgar Hoover said hit certain ones of white folks and liberals that might have a heart towards them and make them look bad in their eyes.
The hell is this?
Go ahead.
Third, these groups must be discredited in the eyes of Negro radicals, the followers of the movement. This last area requires entirely different tactics from the first 2. Publicity about violent tendencies and radical statements merely enhances black nationalists to the last group. It adds respectability in a different way.
Why? Because now, if you have a set of let's say, Jeremiah Wrights, if you have a set of black pastors or people who actually are revolutionary minded, now we begin to paint the picture of these men being murderers, being thieves, they beat their wives, so forth and so on, so that even those that have a mind to be revolutionary don't look at us and say, we need to join up with y'all because this is a whole big movement if we all do it together.
Right.
They got to destroy that. That's discrediting. Now read number 5.
5, a final goal should be to prevent the long-range...
The what range?
Long-range growth of militant black organizations, especially among youth.
Among who?
Youth.
That's why they put up something like the canarymission.org, because it is designed to go and target colleges. Let's stop their youth from looking at them, because they can go to pages like this and say, this is what these people are doing. Let's slander them in the schools and in the colleges and allow no CRT, which is false. But not allow any of their teachers to go forth in those schools and raise their children.
The hell is this?
Read Sirach 51:1.
The book of Sirach, chapter 51 and verse 1.
With all of this being said, it's a word I'm looking for.
Is that it?
God, nah, it's not separatist. It's what the government would call you when you go against the treason.
Treason. Traitors.
I feel like it's another word I'm looking, but I think treason is it. 51:1.
Sirach, chapter 51 and verse 1. I will thank thee, O Lord and King, and praise thee, O God my Savior. I do give praise unto thy name, for thou art my defender and helper.
For the Most High is our defender and helper. Defender against what? Violence that we're going to, from Esau that's going to come against us. From, scroll back up. Just to the goals. From their plots to prevent the rise of a Messiah, from their plots to prevent the unity of the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
Verse 2, for thou art my defender and helper, and hast preserved my body from destruction, and from the snare of the slanderous tongue.
From the snare of what?
The slanderous tongue.
The slanderous tongue, because that's a part of their plots.
Right.
Their secret plots. It ain't even secret no more. They putting it out there.
Right.
They telling you this is what we've done in the past. This is what we're going to do now.
Right.
Go ahead.
And from the lips that forge lies.
That forge what?
Lies.
That's why you brothers and sisters don't be simple and give them everything. But at the same time, listen, the Most High is our defender.
That's right.
So regardless of what they do, regardless of what they get, the Most High is going to defend us.
That's right.
All of our enemies, those that are within and that are without, the Most High is going to destroy.
That's right.
They're going to get caught up in nuclear destruction, and their soul is going to be destroyed in a lake of fire.
That's right.
For coming against the Most High, his son Jesus Christ, and his people, and his army. Because Israel is God's army on earth.
Right.
Go ahead.
And has been mine helper against mine adversaries.
And has been what?
Mine helper against mine adversaries.
Against mine adversaries. The adversaries within, the chocolate-covered adversaries, and Esau. That's not just Esau. That's primarily talking about the enemies of the adversaries of your own people.
Right.
Because remember, who came against the Messiah? His own.
Yep.
The chief priests, the scribes, and the Pharisees. They came against Christ and delivered him to Rome. And Rome put him to death.
Right.
So it says, and has been mine helper against mine adversaries, within and without. Go ahead.
And has delivered me according to the multitude of thy mercies and greatness of thy name, from the teeth of them that were ready to devour me.
That were ready to devour or prevent or thwart what the Most High has put together. You cannot. It's impossible. Go ahead.
And out of the hands of such as sought after my life, and from the manifold afflictions which I had, from the choking of fire on every side, and from the midst of the fire which I kindled not, from the depth of the belly of hell, from an unclean tongue, and from lying words.
From an unclean tongue and lying words. Read on.
By an accusation to the king from an unrighteous tongue, my soul.
Because Christ said the same thing in Luke 21. They was going to deliver you up to kings.
Right.
They was going to put you out the synagogue, deliver you up to kings. It said an accusation to the king from an unrighteous tongue. Go ahead.
My soul drew near even unto death. My life was near to the hell beneath.
To the hell beneath, or to the grave.
Mm-hmm.
To the grave. You have more on this?
No.
So in order for it to be an accusation, because an accusation is something that's not true. So in order for it to be not true, you can't give them something that's true. It has to be an accusation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's and it being an accusation, that means you was applying the law. You gave them no evil thing to say against you. But if you give them something evil to say about you, the Lord ain't gonna defend you because
Right.
you're in the midst of sin.
Absolutely. We gonna end on this because we only got.
Can I show one more thumbnail while you pulling it?
Yes, sir.
While you go to the one that says America's majority. Now go the other direction. Right there. This is what they're afraid of as well.
Is Christianity in the U.S. quickly shrinking? America's Christian majority is shrinking and could dip below 50% by 2070.
They do not.
They ain't got that much time.
That thing dipping, man.
They know that's a lie. And they ain't even got that much time. By
Right.
2070, listen, it's already below 50%. These churches is empty. I know. We know. We go every Sunday.
Yeah. They must be talking about Edomites as well, because for Jake, they definitely.
No, that's just wishful thinking.
Yeah.
That
2070.
Listen. We on the streets every Sunday in front of these churches. Yeah, come on, man.
Hey, what Bishop Yalsop said, the brother said, he said, God is good. He ain't that good. So we saying, hey, Esau, Caesar Borgia, he all right, but he ain't this good. He ain't finna last until 2070.
Right.
Hell no. We're going to end on this. Luke chapter 21, verse 20.
Bring it out.
No. Not 20. Not 20. 16.
Luke chapter 21 and verse 16.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. 20.
15.
Y'all say something. Is that what I want?
15.
15?
Giving them out the wisdom?
No.
Come up out of them Christian churches.
21 verse. Y'all say something real quick. I'll find it.
Let me get Isaiah 60 and 1. Because this is a wake-up call. Our people got to wake up these last days.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee.
That's the wake-up call right there. Rise and shine. Read.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
And we're in gross darkness right now. Darkness is covering the earth. Religion, that's your darkness. Christianity, that's your darkness. Being a Muslim, that's your darkness. Drugs, whoredom, those are your darkness. Read.
And gross darkness, the people.
Our people in gross darkness, total darkness. Read.
But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
And thank God for it. In these last days, we getting understanding right now. We do know that we are the Israelites and must come back and repent as Israelites, keeping God's statutes and commandments and the faith of Christ.
That's
Black
right.
Messiah.
Roy, Luke 21 and 10.
The book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 10. Then said he unto them,
Then said the Messiah to the disciples,
Nation shall rise against nation.
You're seeing that right now.
And kingdom against kingdom.
You're seeing that right now.
And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places.
Are you not seeing that right now?
Mm-hmm.
And famines.
That's coming.
And pestilence.
Matter of fact, that's already here. Y'all just ain't felt it yet.
Right.
Famine is already here.
Right.
Go ahead.
And pestilences. And fearful sights and great signs.
All these chariot sightings, UFOs, go ahead.
And great signs shall there be from heaven.
Uh-huh.
But before all these, they shall lay their hand on you.
Guess what? This is coming. They shall lay their hands on you and what?
And persecute you.
Persecute you, accuse you. Go ahead.
Delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons.
And into prisons.
Being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake.
For Christ's name's sake. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. This shall come to pass, just like Deuteronomy 28 did.
That's right.
So, brothers and sisters, you got to wrap your mind around that. Build your spirit up. Build your faith up that the Lord will defend the nation of Israel. Those that are keeping the commandments and the faith of his son, Jesus the Christ. Anything past that, you DMing sisters, you DMing brothers, you got your mind in other places, the Lord is not defending you.
That's right.
All right? Make sure y'all subscribe and follow IUIC Dallas, Instagram at Dallas IUIC, Facebook at IUIC Dallas, TikTok at IUIC Dallas, YouTube at IUIC Dallas. Make sure y'all donate to IUIC.Dallas at IsraelUnite.org. Make sure that y'all subscribe to IUIC TV. Get the app on the App Store and on the Play Store. All right, Lord's will, we'll see y'all back here next week. Y'all are tuning in the scripts.
Reloaded. You're listening to In the Scripts. Reloaded.
Him that passeth out and him that returneth.
Everybody got to go.
You are now flying.
That's a vibe, that's a vibe, that's a vibe. That's a vibe, that's a vibe. That's a vibe, that's a vibe, that's a vibe. I catch Edom in the kingdom, best believe it's genocide. Look, that's a vibe, that's a vibe, that's a vibe. That's a vibe, that's a vibe. That's a vibe, that's a vibe, that's a vibe. I catch Edom in the kingdom, best believe it's genocide. Look, brothers talk, prophets down the ride. I catch Edom in the kingdom, then it's genocide. Keep a sword on my hip like it's repent or die. So much power in my feet that I let you slide. You can't beef with a God, these impossibles. I smack Sue Kim, this rhyme is unstoppable. If more up in the building, these dogs is not friable. Got angels at the gate, so the crib is unrobbable. Pay your taxes, could believe me, we don't garnish checks. I'm rolling with the king of terror, so we garnish next. You remember that we guys, we ain't got a flex. And I'ma make them see emojis, I ain't talking text. They get no heathen passes, no Eminem. Got MK powers